100 in your book. And let's go ahead and get your notes set up the way that we usually set up notes, with a section at the top for the goal and a section down the side for questions. And today the goal is going to be write a linear equation for a given graph. And I don't show it here, but at the bottom you can have a section for conclusion. Okay, let's go ahead and look at example 1, and I'm going to hit stop right here, because what I'd like you to do is get a piece of graph paper and glue it into your notes and copy example 1A, which I'm way zoomed into here on page 101. So this right here is example 1A, and I'd like you to copy that, and the instructions say to find the slope and to find the y-intercept. So we'll go ahead and hit start once you've done that. So what I'm going to do to find the slope is I'm going to make an XY chart. And I'm going to find the x value of this point right here. So I'm going to try highlighting something here. I want to highlight that this point right here, oops, let me do this. This point right here is going to go right here. So that's what I'm about to do, is find the coordinate plane, excuse me, the ordered pair from that point right there and put it right there. So let's go ahead and continue. So that is the point 0, 1. And then I'm going to find the ordered pair of this second point. So that I go over 3 and I also go up 3. Now I'm going to take this table and I'm going to turn it on its side so the x is on the bottom and the y is on the top. I'm literally just going to tip it over and rewrite it. So x is down here, y is up here. So it's just going to tip over. And the reason I'm going to do that is we're going to turn it into the slope. This is like a slope maker. So see that 0, 1? It went from there to right there. The 3, 3 is right there. So on the top of the slope, we determine how far it is from 1 to 3, and that's plus 2. And we also determine how far it is from 0 to 3. So I'm seeing how far the y, remember this is the y-axis. So this is how far it's gone up, and it's gone up from here, it's gone up 1, 2, from 1 to 3. That's the plus 2. At the same time, it's gone over 1, 2, 3. That's the x value. When we compare that, y, the difference in y on the top, difference in x on the bottom, that's what we call the slope. So this has a slope of 2/3. Next thing we're going to do is try to find the y-intercept, and that should be pretty simple. We've done that quite a bit. It's where this red line is intercepting this right here, the y-axis. And it literally is just right there. We just identify it. It's 1. So we can now write the equation. Y equals the slope times x plus 1. Okay, at this point, copy example, this is example 1b. So again, get another coordinate plane. I'll stop it here, right here. get another coordinate plane, glue it in, and copy the line. And especially copy these points. So we're going to, I'll stop it right there. I didn't stop it before. I'll stop it. So get it copied, and then we're going to make, again, another XY table. So when you're ready, continue, and we're going to find the ordered pair. So this is over 2 and up 3. This point is over 4 and up 2. I just want to rewrite it so it's a little bit more clear. And we're going to tip this over. So the X values, or the counters, are on the bottom, and the Y values are on the top. So it's turning this into a slope maker. So that's the X values on the bottom, and the Y values are on the top. So now we just need to know how far is it from 3 to 2, and how far is it from 2 to 4. So from 2 to 4 we add 2. To go from 3 to 2 we subtract 1. So our slope is -1/2. And the y-intercept is at 4, so we can write, let me stop this here, we can write the equation y equals -1/2 x, so the slope times x plus the y-intercept. Remember, this is the shortcut for finding any value in the recursive routine. If the counter is 0, then the recursive routine is 4, and we can put any value in for x. Now in this next one, it's going to look a little different. Let's go ahead and copy example 1c. And think about what makes this one different. Even though it looks different, we're going to treat it exactly the same. We're going to copy it, so hit stop here and copy that line, but we're going to make the XY table for the 2 points that we have. It's the point -1, 4 and 2, 4. The -1, you can barely see it right there. The counter's at -1, the value's at -4. The counter is at 2, the counter is at, or excuse me, the value is still at 4. It doesn't change. So we're going to turn this on its side. And so the -1, 4 got turned on its side. The 2, 4 shows up right there. It's the same table, just tipped over. So to go from 4 to 4 is actually 0. And to go from -1 to 2 is 3. 3 divided by 0 is 0. So the slope for this equation is 0. The y-intercept, we can see it goes across the y-axis at -4. Right there at -4. So we can write this shortcut or equation just like any of the others. The slope times x plus 4. And it didn't show up on this. Sorry about that. And if you need to go back and write that equation, it was y equals 0x plus -4. It turned out to just be y equals -4. Okay, we're now going to do example 2. So the first thing we need to do is write the equation. So the y-intercept is at 0. Now we have to find the slope. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a table and find 2 points. Here's one of the points right here. Here's another point right there. So the first point I'm going to find is the counter is at 8 and the value is at 1. So I'm going to put 8, 1 right here. I think I want to stop for a second and really make sure that you understand where these came from. So I'm going to stop the video and I'll get rid of that. Okay, so I want to show you the 8 right here goes with this 1. That's where the 8 and the 1 come from. The 16 goes with the 2. So that's where that 16 and 2 came from. Okay, we're going to tip this on its side. The 8 and 1 just get tipped over, the 16 and the 2 get tipped over. And we just need to find out how far it is from 1 to 2, that's plus 1. And from 8 to 16 is plus 8. So this has a slope of 1/8 with a y-intercept of 0. So our equation is y equals the slope times x plus the y-intercept. See if you can write that before I get this erased and have room to write it. So y equals 1/8 x plus 0, but we don't really need to write the plus 0. So that's the equation. B is going to ask us to use the equation to determine how far Zach will have gone in 28 minutes. This graph only goes to 20 minutes. So we need to see if we can figure out either by graphing or using the equation how many miles he's gone in 28 minutes. So I'm going to stop this right here. I had to speed it up a little bit, but we can stop this in class and go over it. But this is the equation that we came up with. Then we put the value of 28 in for the counter. So we replaced x with a 28. 1/8 times 28 is 3.5. So if this graph could go out to 28 minutes, this line would go up to 3.5 miles. Be about right there. Okay, and the last question, C, is kind of the opposite question. If the line went all the way up to 10 miles, it only goes up to 5, but if it went all the way up to 10, how far out would that go? How many minutes would it be? So we're going to rewrite this, or I'll rewrite it. You already have it in your notes. Y equals 1/8 x. And in 28 minutes, he'd go 3.5 miles. But then we want to know how many minutes would it take him to go 10 miles. And we're going to finish off